Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm Nick, and welcome to another Saturday Night Build stream. Uh, did one of these 2 weeks ago, and it was a lot of fun, and so I really feel like doing it again. Is what it is. Um, this week I have something. Where did I get this one? What is this one? Let me bring it up for everybody. Uh, I have a big old robot. Is what I have. Um, I want to say this was like on the clearance aisle at the pharmacy when I was there to pick up some prescriptions or something, and I was having a bad day and I needed to make myself happy. Um, I actually think that's the same story as how I ended up with the ice cream truck that I got last week, uh, that I built 2 weeks ago. Sentences. The day's over. I don't need sentences anymore. But so I'm thinking today we're gonna crack into this bad boy. I like the big meaty mech that this is in general. Um, I like this little choppy dude down here. I'm actually kind of considering the Mech Walker. Seems kind of neat because uh, it actually has a little dude who separates from it. Um, or then we got this spider bot. I'm thinking I'm gonna build the main guy here, and then if I, because something about how I want to know how those joints are built. I want to know sort of how they use, because they do a mix of the fat joints here, but then somewhere like then we got the skinny ball joints in here, and I usually like using those skinny ball joints for smaller scale robots. Um, so I'm probably gonna cannibalize this afterwards for that. But just as a base model, I think that'll be good, and then I'll break it down for parts later. That's enough chatting. Let's crack into this bad boy. Let's see if we can do this better than I did last time. I got my camera in a new position. Yeah, that hopefully will be a better angle for showing off. It's now aligned the way that I'm looking at it. So this, my left-hand side, your left-hand side. It's all together. That's an empty box now. In the recycling you go. Alrighty. I got books, which again I will leave up here out of camera view. And then ooh, okay, so that's gonna be the book just for that guy. Ooh, what is this? It's a cute little beach house. Oh, I love that dolphin. Ooh, can we get a close up? Ooh. I might try to build that dolphin out of pieces I already have. It's so few pieces, and I could probably do that. Oh, I bet I could do that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, that's all right. That's a challenge for another time. Let's see. Uh, so, uh, if crinkling plastic is your ASMR, then stick around. Otherwise, give me a minute here. You remember my sorting method, right? Uh, have none. Stew. I give it. So I also I have a stack of kits, and I have ordered them from least parts to most parts. I'm actually super surprised that that ice cream truck was the least parts out of the kits that I have. Um, so eventually, I might be working on ones that have too many parts to all fit on a single tray like this. But I'll burn that bridge when I come to it. There, that's my only sorting. Fat pieces, small pieces. Okay. Ah! Oh, okay, it's 3 completely separate books. Cool. Today we're working on this one. Step 1, dump all the pieces out. Oh, you see, it says sort them, but what sort of coward does that? Ooh, or scan it and build it online. That's interesting. I could make that part of the overlay, actually, if I did it. Ooh. Huh. Okay. Oh, yes, first page. Build the little bitey guy. Yes. All right. Well, yeah, this kid has no minifigs. I like minifigs. I actually just, oh, this is going to be easy to show. I just got a new toolbox. Well, hand-me-down toolbox. And I have resorted. So I have... Oh, that ain't going to show like that. I have one tray. This is all the ones that are like pre-built figures, like from the blind packs and licensed characters and stuff. And then this level is just all of my extra ones, like from old kits and things that I don't remember and ones that were hand-me-downs. And there's some more down there, but we'll get to that later. Oh yeah, what's up, Poison? We got hella Lego tonight. And those were all the ones that are sort of in storage for when I need to, oftentimes when I need to build little figurines for war games or like D&D campaigns, and I want to make miniatures for all the players' characters. I go digging in there. That's not including the shelf up here that I cannot easily point a camera at with all the ones that I have on display. We're building a little dude. Let's get started. I might have like discussion topics to bring up tonight, but honestly, I'm just here to chill. I'm happy to chat. If anybody hanging out in chat has stuff that they want to bring up or have topics, I'm cool with that. Because let me tell you, that is not something I would have said a year ago before I started anti-anxiety medicine. I'll tell you what. Let's see. What is this? I love that most of this little dude seems to have been in one bag. That's cool. Got the little hands here. And now his face. Yeah, and as long as I keep my hands, now that the camera is more up and down, as long as I keep my hands above the tray, which I think I do sort of at neutral anyway, I should stay within the camera zone. So it should be fine. Oh, these are weird. So because they are, first of all, like normally we see these, but they're, I don't even know how, like this shape exists, but it is attached to a block in a different way. And the fact that this is like a two-way one. Oh, I see what it is. Okay, so this one's going to go up here. Eyes. Oh, these tiny eyes are so hard to make out. Okay, but then we need one of those extendo pieces. I think it would be on, it must be on this side. What color is it? It's the same dark gray like this. Number one, so it's don't tell me there's like exactly one in this kit. That would be awesome. But it would also make it harder to find. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Then we connect it to this half. Bring it around, but then we use the other one and alter it. And there you go. Now we have this little chompy guy. Oh, you can give him a little bit of an overbite. That's pretty cute. That's goofy. I like that. Alright, I'm gonna sit him there. I'll sit him there. Okay. There's a goofy goober. Now then, something. Okay, this is gonna be like the rock that this machine is on this planet to mine. You gotta mind your own business, you know what I'm saying? Just so everyone knows for sure, I am definitely listening to these beats along with y'all, and they are so pleasant. I keep forgetting that I put these in here, but it's just always good to listen to. Lo-fi beats, you know. Actually, that reminds me, I should add a text that already exists, which is the music credit. That's far too large. I'm actually going to Control F that and then lower. Right? Yeah. If I give it a filter with some color correction, by color correction, I just mean bring down the opacity a bit. That's it. Listen, I want credit to be given where credit is due, but it doesn't have to be blaring. It can melt into the background a little bit. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, back to Legos. Did that. And it wants me to do another one, but shorter. And then that goes in here. And they slide in, but they do kind of fit, and I guess makes them easy to pick up and be removable. Okay. How about this? I can have this little dude stand here. Alright. Uses protective. Okay, now we start the mech. We're starting with the mech torso. That's exactly what I want to hear. Oh, you know, now that I think about it, let me not show this on stream because it is a thing. Can I do this? Nope. Okay. Never mind. I got the app for managing to stream up on my phone for the first time because I enabled push notifications, and it said, "Hey, this is not available to you." And I said, "Sure, let's try it." Not that anything that dramatic changes during a stream usually. If you're noticing this, I own a cat. That's about it. That's just how that goes. I have a cat. She likes to play, but she likes to play rough, and also she is all claws. Like very specifically, she's actually polydactyl. She's one of those kitties who have way too many toes per paw. And it's great. It's fantastic. But it also means you kind of can't play with her without ending up with a scratch, because she doesn't mean to be mean, but she is kind of a jerk. She's a cat. I'm not saying anything groundbreaking here. Listen, some people think cats can't be like warm and loving and like needing mushes, but some can. Not our cat. Our old cat. Our old cat was my favorite because I loved her and she loved me, and it was totally clear to each of us how the other one felt, and I miss her. And let's not linger on that. It's Saturday, we're chill. We got vibes, you know, vibes. So what's this Darksaber nonsense? I thought it was just a fancy Viber braid and then it got long. I stopped watching that show. There's a lot of these. I don't quite know how I feel about these L bracket pieces becoming super common in designs, because like it makes a lot of sense, because it's just like, okay, this, you know, or let's say this is upright, and now it just lets us create like a new base plate here that we can then start building off of to decorate, and you kind of just do that on every side, and then you can build up off of each side for decoration. And it's just like it makes sense, but it's also such a weird concept of like, okay, but now you're also getting out of the like perfectly modular studs up like baseline of what is, oh, this is one like this, okay. Whoa, what are you going here for? So this must be one of the, like, yeah, this thing is perfectly symmetrical so far, so front and back doesn't really matter, but I've been noticing that they've been doing that. They've been using brightly colored, like standout colored pieces in sets for like interior structural pieces that don't actually get seen from the outside, and I have to imagine that that helps with like readability for just whoever's building, right? And it's smart. It's pretty smart. I'm totally down with that as like a human accessibility kind of thing. This is going to be some kind of cockpit, isn't it? Ooh, yes, good. I don't know what these, but just touched. Oh, okay, so it's the round one because we're using the holes in it for these, because this is going to be the controls of the mech. All right, that's very good. That means I could also use that piece and use this as like the console for an arcade machine. Okay, okay. Now we need a bunch of these. Both sides here. And this is gonna go, okay, so now this side is the front. So we want this up here. Lights. I assume they're going to be lights. 2, 1, 4. Okay. And one of these black hooks so that they're going to stick up. And I imagine from the box, I'm pretty sure this is what the cockpit lid is going to attach onto. This one right here. But not up to that yet, so I'll leave it there for now. Oh boy, here's a piece that I think there might only be one of in this kit. So where is it? This piece. This goes here and leaves that many visible. Okay. These. Okay. And then that piece. What color is that piece? I think it's this one. That one, is that one gray, or does it have a certain silver shimmer to it? Because I think it wants a silver shimmering one. I'm gonna go with that for now. If that's wrong, I can take it off later. Okay. Next piece. Ooh. I'm gonna use Technic pins now. Okay. Did I really dump? I did. There are Technic pins in here. Okay. Now Now I'm just vibing. Now I'm just vibing. You forget and just start vibing. No, it's this. So you used the wrong one earlier? Here we go. Yellow. Alright. This is... I bet you this is going to be arms, and these are going to be the joint mounts for the arms. That's my guess. Oh boy, okay. No, this is a single piece. It looks weird in the book, but if you look closely, I don't know if this is gonna focus against my skin, but there is like a crease next to the hook side, so it looks in the book, it's accurate, but it does make it look like it's two pieces. But no, it's just like this. And another one. Another one? Another one. Another one. Who is that? Oh, someone handsome, I'm sure. Or like a sailor. A sailor can be handsome. I'm on the lookout for sailors, like that kid in Shenmue. I'm a sailor scout. Ow. You ever say things and then just immediately get punished for saying them? Hope y'all are having a good time out there. Today was Saturday, right? Starts of the weekend. Good weekends going on. Did I do anything today? I did laundry today. I cleaned up yesterday. Yesterday I spent all day outside doing yard work, which is why I decided I get to relax today. Did that, did this. All right, more of these. We're using these because these are those weirdo like ripple blocks. We're using these everywhere. Starts centered and goes out. I'm running out. I might be running out. Well, if it does go here, yeah, it looks like it goes exactly there because that fits. Hey, you're not sitting flat. There you go. Do that, bring it back and put this and this and one of these to bridge it. And now that's 3 plates tall, so that's the height of a brick. And do we connect it now? Almost. Oh, this says take one of these guys, put that here because we're using one of these pieces, so you need us to put that offset in there, and it color matches. And there. Now once we've done that, it goes exactly like I was thinking, right? Oof, in there. Oh, that's a lot of studs to connect all at once. I swear there's some sort of joke about grinder in here, but honestly, I don't know for sure. And I don't want to be rude. Imagine if I knew about things, all the jokes I'd be able to make that actually worked, and not just were things that I say in my head that make no sense in the outer world, as we call it, not the... What's a good euphemism for something you say to yourself in your head? Is that in your inner sanctum? I'm a fan of the brain palace, but I do like empty guys, so that's an extenuating circumstance. One more, just okay, here's one. Blue one, and then, oh, come on. here. One of these little sneaker pimps. You know these dudes? We do that, and then it faces inwards right here next to the controls. And then we do another one. I'm not trouble finding those parts. Okay, wait. 1, 2, 3, and sneaker. I've never called those pieces sneakers before in my life. What is going on? Right, next page. Looking good. Oh, okay. And now we use these little side hooks to bridge that and make a nice, like, continuous angle. Other side. Yeah, alright. That's some kind of cockpit. Oh, and boom. Wait, no. Not the solid. The see-through. And then that folds up, and there you go. And let's see. Will Our Lady from the ice cream truck fit in here? Ooh, ooh, more or less. All right, perfect. You're a pilot now, Shinji. Congrats. I don't care if something else goes in there. That's who I'm putting in there for now. All right, this goes here. Well, already getting through a lot of the pieces this came with. This might not last as long as I thought it would. Last time we did this, we took about an hour, right? Well, I haven't even started on any of the limbs yet. But the limbs are probably all going to be sort of like thinner, more thinly coated. What is that we're building next? Okay. You're going to sit here. Okay. Red piece. Brown piece. Then a bunch of these yellow pieces. Yellow bricks. Okay, I have no idea what this is. I don't remember seeing this like on the box. Right, and then, whoa, what do you want me to do? Thank you. I got a cookie delivery. And then like that, and then just leave it. What? Okay, sure. What is your deal? Alright, we're gonna take this. Side hooks. Bunch of these. I hate these pieces. They're so, like, yeah, you want rounded edges? Yeah, this is what you do. But, like, because, like, they're, what is it? These inside bits are not a brick tall. They're 2 plates tall. And then this fat side is 4 bricks high. And then the inside brick is at 3rd tall, right? It's so, you have to, like, build completely with this in mind. This is not like an aftermarket part. You cannot like add these rounders as an afterthought. Because of their weird height and attachment considerations, you have to like account for these in your base design if you want to use these pieces on the side. And that's not how my brain thinks. I take a step and then I think, okay, what can I do next? And that generally never leaves me room that it's like, oh, I can use one of these here. No, you can't. You have to be ready to use one of these ahead of time, you know? These? And this goes here? Okay. What are we building? Ooh. Ooh, that was a satisfying snapping. I'll give it that. What? And now this piece? Okay, but you want me to put these half steps on it first. Then we slide it in next to what's in there. Then more yellow on the side. I think that's all of our yellow pieces, actually. And then what is going to connect this way? That feels so weird. Oh, okay. This is going to have just these pips to kind of be handles. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, these weird balls on sticks that connect into the ball joints, these are super useful because if you have like not like this one, but if you have like a side attachment, you can put it in there and have like, there's a lot of different things that could grab onto this that give you another way to attach a ball joint to something. Oh, and what? Oh, I looked one step further and now everything's clear to me. Because like also it says, hey, oh, that barely fits in there, but it does, and it's still enough to adjust. Okay. Put this here. Do you want this inwards and these outwards? Okay. So then we're gonna take this and these, and we're gonna put that in there. This connects it there. Let's do that again. And what these are gimbal thrusters. Because now this is the backpack. And that's why this is one short, because it fits over that. That's all right here. Okay. Whoa. Now hosting. Hey! Thank you for sending everyone over. Welcome. Oh. You know what? That's fine. Y'all were having a go of it over there on Bomberman. I stuck around as long as I could. It's fine. Hey, what's up, Brixton? Yeah, no, we are in on oh boy, do I have I threw the box too far away. We're working on this beastie tonight. In my stack of Legos, it has the second fewest number of parts. We are building more and more partful sets as time goes on. I was saying this one's actually cool because it has other models in here if you want like a chicken walker or some kind of spider, but for the time being I'm building the big beefy boy. This our pilot here is actually from the ice cream truck we did 2 weeks ago, but she fits so she sits, and yeah, we just added his backpack with these cute gimbal thrusters, and I love it, and I love it, actually. I had no idea what it was for a little while, but actually now I love it. Will the skateboarding dog fit? Let's find out. I do have right here. Does that count? All right, what about without the skateboard? Yeah, okay, you can have a Leica, and then the backpack has the holding spot, so there's your skateboard right there. Good, I love it. Good, I love it now. Oh, I could add like a you know when you see a motorcycle going down the road and it has a sidecar and the dog is sitting in the sidecar? I could get a situation like that going on. Okay. Ooh, even more thrusters. I love thrusters. It's like I'm playing Gmod over here. So how far did y'all get in Bomberman? I love that game. I have not played it in years, but World 3? Alright. Yeah, it's only like 5 or 6 or something, right? I don't remember the last time I went to visit that game, but there's a part of me that doesn't want to revisit it because of my memories, and not wanting them to be crushed. I like all of these thrusters. Alright. Ooh, headlights. Ooh, headlights. But that game's soundtrack is so good, and it is so... Like, what was it about Hudson that gives all the games that they made such a weird vibe? Like, just the, like, nonsensical enemies, like, the whole, like... You think about treasure games, and treasure games have a feel to them. And it's like... Hudson games are kind of like a treasure game on LSD, you know? Like, is that... Does that seem fair to say? Man, they're good. I love them. I love that era. I wonder what happened to all those folks. This. Clown Valley is gonna... Was it Clown Valley, Clown Gorge, Clown Bridge? The clown level is gonna give me nightmares tonight, which that's fun. I do need to point this out in the instructions. They want to let you know which piece you're using, and it's the one that goes click in 7 different languages. Oh, come on, you can't focus on that. I gotta figure out, this camera is supposed to be like autofocus, but it is bad. The one that goes click 7 different ways. Because we take this and this and... Ooh, wait, can we get this? That might have come up. Might have been under the noise gate. No, today was... I'm so confused between yesterday and today, because today, like I said, I did some cleaning, which is weird because that's what I do when I need to relax, so something's broken about me. Excellent wife material, in case anybody was wondering. But... What was I about to say? It was really weird, and I guess this is the part where I have like a public private diary. But because yesterday I was yesterday was my big day to get everything done, so I went from it started with like my therapy appointment and then turned into going outside and cutting up logs with a chainsaw. And since I was doing it by myself, it was just like, let me just wield the chainsaw one-handed. That's not a problem. I just carry the log on this hand and wield the chainsaw on this hand. And, you know, once you adjust the idle, it really handles itself. I gotta build another one of these. Shoot, I don't remember nothing about what I just built. Okay, so... Actually, it's funny because it was just like, using a chainsaw, this makes me feel so cool. And I took a selfie And then I was just like, this selfie is makes me feel way less cool than everything pictured in it. That's odd. Curious how that manages to work. So, like I said, it was like going from one therapy to another, and I don't know, it's kind of funny because like it's been a while since I had a session. I had to miss a couple because of life gets in the way and things get forgotten, pushed, and whatever. But it ended up being a session of like playing catch up and just being like, so how are things going? And the answer was like, actually great, because I started antidepressants, and this is a thing that I kind of like to talk about publicly because of reduce the sterilization. That's not it. Stigmatization. Remove the stigmatization around the subject, because like, hey, do things that are healthy for yourself. Take care of yourself. That's a good advice. Don't be ashamed to take care of yourself. How about that? But like, thanks for the game, which, oh, yeah. That doesn't have to be stream fodder. But I saw it was on sale and it was on the wish list, and I just love that game. So even if y'all just, okay, excellent, good. Listen, I know a really great map that's just got a big set of stairs, and you can push your car down the stairs, and it's the best time you can have in that game. Aside from just calmly running bus routes, it's a weird game. I like it a lot. You can set up very Euro Truck road trip situations in that game, which you would know if you see my alternating salary streams. Nope, Saturday streams. Why are my words just not? Oh, perfect 4th of July. So okay, so I don't know. Y'all were probably around for some of this. I must have done some of this on stream at some point. There is definitely a stuff available in the mod, because it's got it's not regular workshop support, but it is like mod repository built into it. There's a lawnmower you can get. I gotta see, I don't know if there's a barbecue you can get. There's a food truck. I got those last time. I haven't really played with those since, actually. And then what comes with it is you can get a shopping cart full of watermelons, and that's fun to hit, and it's like barbecue food. And it goes over a barbecue grill. Oh, okay. It helps if I actually read the chat messages and just start talking. And the bus that has like the Evel Knievel cape on it, that it comes with the game. It's great, is what it is. Yeah, I love that game. I imagine that's apparent now. What was I saying? Oh, right. Therapy was a weird session because like since I've been on this medication for like a couple of months now, and we've gotten my like dosages adjusted, I'm actually in a really good spot. Like, because like I've been doing streams like this for a year, right? Where I will go and I will talk and I will whatever, but like part of what let me do it is I was only doing them in the middle of the day, and I wasn't trying to like build an audience or anything. But now I'm at a point where like my anxiety has gone way down, and I'm not like afraid that having people around is going to be upsetting. So I'm definitely at a point where it's just like, okay, well now what if I run a stream where the main point is let's just chat with folks in the chat? Because folks showing up might not be upsetting. It might actually be fun, and I might enjoy the people. And I've been, uh, building friendships, and like just advancing, uh, just like it's not like being more outgoing, but it is being more. I mean, the only way I can really think of it is like, and it's so dorky because it's like, do you remember the episode of Naruto? Now you know why I say it's dorky, but where it's like, it's, I want to say it's Rock Lee versus Gara, and he takes the weight off and he opens the 8 gates of bullshit, and just like, oh, you've been fighting limited all this time, and it turns out actually you scary and talented and great as hell. um and like I feel like that, like it's like, oh, like like people are worried, it's like, oh, if I take the meds, they'll my personality will become artificial. And like, in my experience, and mine is not the universal experience, but like in my experience, it's not. It is like, I am doing things that I've always wanted to do. I am reaching out to the people I've always wanted to reach out to. I am sort of uh, building friendships and being extroverted in the ways that I've always wanted to be, but have been unable to because like fear and social anxiety and all that stuff has been weighing me down and basically causing me to shut down and not do anything, um, for the last, let's call it 15 years and change. Um, as I look back and realize how long I've been like that, and just felt like I've been wasting time. She's like, no, there are things I want to do, but I don't feel I can do them for one reason or another, whether it's because like, oh, I feel like I'm tired, or actually like, not even that I'm tired, but it was always like, oh, I don't have the energy to do this because it takes so much energy, because I'm scared of it and I need to, like, work myself up to it or do all of that. So it was just like the amount of energy required, because I had all this extra weight on me, was so much more that it never was time to do those things. But now I can just do it. That weight's off, and it's just like, oh, hey, everything is kind of way better now. Hey, this is a cool little buzzsaw it just had me build. Like, yes, it was tedious, but I love this. This thing looks vicious. This thing looks like so okay, it wanted me to put all of these the same way up, but technically alternating is a bit more like an actual chainsaw, and I like the way it looks. It looks very vicious. I need to like use this on some sort of besiege style war machine now. But yeah, having the weights off now, is, I feel like I'm kind of unchained. I'm unleashed. I'm being the person I always like was trying to be and struggling to be, and it's great and it's amazing. And so it made it like a weird session today, because I was catching up with my therapist, and just like, we were both kind of going just like, oh, well then what do you feel like you want to work on in therapy going forward? And I was just like, I don't know. Like, it's like, yeah, no, it's like, I started with therapy first, and then you were like, hey, would you want to try meds? And I was like, yeah, I totally want to try meds. I think that'll fix it. And they have. And now it's just like, cool, what am I doing in therapy? Like, I honestly still like the therapy. And like, it's funny because my mom does, we have like a massage, like Reiki massage kind of parlor, not parlor, that makes it sound gross, but like a healing center, and she goes there to get massages, and she says for her that's like a form of therapy. And like, I totally believe that it is, because it's like, at some point therapy is like talking and connecting and like venting, and be willing to take advice and other perspectives, and like learning techniques for dealing with issues in your life, and like that can be dealt with through a change in mindset. um it's very, whoa, where'd the music go? You also have music? You also don't have music anymore, do you? Hang on, can I fix that? um And it's funny because this is like the same, not like argument, but the same. If you watched Firefly, and it's like, well, like, yes, I'm kind of a prostitute, but actually my full service is about all of this, and it is kind of to that extent. And like, say what you will about Firefly and the writing therein, I have opinions, and don't worry, I'm not sharing them right now. Like I totally believe in that, and it's kind of the same. Like, if you played Mass Effect, all the Asari stuff, like it's all kind of the same thing. It's like, you know, sometimes therapy is a form of intimacy and talking about your worries and your vulnerabilities and learning ways to work around them and work with them, and learning techniques to deal with these things that weigh on you. And so I'm kind of on the thing that it's just like, oh, actually, like, even if you think you're fine, like, anyone could probably, you know, benefit from some amount of like therapy or some related activity in your life. For some people, it's just hanging out and bullshitting with friends, and that's cool. That's fine. That's what I mean. Like, everyone probably like has some version of it. It just doesn't always look like, you know, a counselor in an office and a clipboard, whatever. Okay, but so actually, the funny thing is, um, what came up that was sort of like funny and was still like a holdover of old issues, was the idea of, like, I don't know how it is for other people with social anxiety, but for mine was like so bad, and I did so much overthinking that like it stopped me from being nice to people out of fear that it would somehow go wrong and upset people. And I was more concerned with, you know, not having people be upset with me more than anything else. But like it led to this thing where it's just like, oh, let me not even be that friendly because I don't want to come across as like, oh, you're the desperately friendly friend, you know. I don't want to put anybody on blast, but like that this is like a kind of person that like I feel I have had in my life, and I always felt bad. It was always just like, oh, like, I couldn't even be a proper friend for you because I pity you too much right now, and it's never gonna be like a peer relationship. And it's just like, it's like, I've always felt so bad about that. It's like, I'm gonna be friendly, I'm gonna be this, but like, you're not gonna get what you so desperately need and want out of me, and sorry. That's a weird thing on its own, but like, I have this weird feeling now that it's just like, oh, now that I'm, you know, more, again, not outgoing, but like, now that the weights are off and I don't feel afraid to, you know, like, give compliments and reach out and be nice and start conversations. I'm not afraid to start conversations anymore. And holy cow, let me tell you, that is good for me. That's good for relationships. That's good for business. Oh my god. But like, I'm a little worried that like, oh, am I gonna come off as like the over friendly dweeb now? Am I gonna be like too pushy friendly? And it's just like, it's like, is that a real thing actually? Am I worried over something that's not exactly real? I don't know. I'm not used to being like this yet. But it's just that funny thing. It's just like, all right, how do I know if I'm coming on too strong? It's like, I'm so used to just being under the assumption that yes, I am coming on too strong, and now it's just like, no, the things I've consciously said but never been able to internalize, I can finally internalize. It's like, no, I'm not coming on too strong. Okay, but how do I know that I'm not actually lying? Social anxiety is tough, and it's such a bummer, and it's, oh my god, it's like, it's funny because like the way I learned to describe it is like if it seems like for other people in the world, you know, some people who like yeah, no, that's and like not even having evidence, but just like something in your gut is convinced and keeps telling it to you, even though you have like no external evidence. It's just like, oh man, that one about just like oh, if you have a friend come up and be like, no, actually I like you and you did fine, and then your gut just says like, they're lying because they pity you. You actually did suck, and it's just like, come on, I'm trying to believe things over here. Oh my god. Ugh. 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 Yeah, no, see, here's the thing. If I say it takes one to know one, does that read as, hey, you don't hide it well, or does it read as, hey, uh, this is camaraderie. This is something that actually like we can bond over. Because I mean it as the second, but I am so scared it will be taken as the first, which is why I've learned this technique to overcorrect by over-explaining myself as soon as I say a thing. Does that one sound familiar too? Oh, thank you. I'm glad, and I hope it helps. Uh, and like that's the thing. Like I still get all of that in my head, and I still like have all of these worries, and I do all that mental arithmetic. But like, it doesn't scare me out of doing the thing anymore. And now I have this feeling of just like that could happen, but if it does, I can fix it. You know, it's like, oh no, if they are nice enough and worth spending the time with, then I'll have a chance to fix it and make things better, and maybe we'll be stronger afterwards, rather than just like, oh, it could be taken that way, and if it does, the world is over, and so I better not do it, which is the old feeling. I don't know, but like this hand, I don't like when a hand does this and it has two thumbs. Which, yes, I have been playing a bunch of Halo lately, and that's how the elites are. But it just it upsets me. So I'm feeling like, what if I just left one off, and then you can constantly be throwing you can just throw the horns nonstop, you know, and just be like, yeah, rock on, dude. But the other thing about it is like, I would much rather express my support and try to put positive vibes out there than continue living with the regret that I didn't do enough and that I didn't bring enough positivity and share enough love. Like, you know, I was talking about my cat earlier, who passed away a couple of years now, but like years ago now, boy. But like that ruined me for weeks, months. It still hurts when like she shows up in my dreams from time to time, and like it's bittersweet because like every one of those dreams end. It's just like, oh, it's you. If you're here, I'm dreaming because you have passed, but thank you for coming to visit me in my dream, and I'm tearing up right now thinking about that. But that was the thing, like at the time, the reason that it hurt so much and that it crushed me so much is like the thought that I just had is like, you can't be, you know, I have so much more love to express for you. I can't do that now that you're gone. I didn't do enough while you were here. And boy, this is getting heavy. I need to pick this up in a minute here after this thought, but like that was the thing, and I said to myself, hey, you know, it made me realize that like, oh, I'm not like, how I am is just leaving me with regrets, because I'm not even expressing the happiness that I have, and I feel like I'm not. The people who mean things to me might not know, and I have these feelings that it's hurting to not express and to not have them know, and I can't let that happen again. And I need to be more expressive about these things. I need to like be able to feel them stronger, to be able to get them out and not be afraid to get them out and just let them go. And that's like, that was actually kind of a big push for me to go like, oh, this is like a social anxiety thing that's holding me back, and really got me towards like I think at the time I was already leaning towards like I should probably see a therapist or something, but that was the one that was very much like, now I have like a thing I can walk in and say, here's the problem that I'm pretty sure I have that I want to deal with, here's where I am, here's what I see as a problem, and here's where I would like to get, you know, by working on it. And it's been better. Like pretty much every part of my life has been better working on this stuff. I wish I could just help more people, but I'm not registered to hand out meds. My psych degree isn't that high enough. Happy Father's Day, y'all. Am I missing a piece? Did I connect pieces together that I wasn't supposed to while I was rambling? But also I just know that like when you're in that like social anxiety pit, you know, it is that thing. It is that like, oh, starting something new takes so much energy. I know that I am not ready for that, and so it keeps you from going for that. And it's one of those like, it's just like, listen, I'm just gonna shake you by the collar until you do this thing that's going to make you feel so much better. Or, you know, force you to do it myself, but like, you can't help people that don't want to be helped. So it's like this long fight to you know, because you're saying you struggle with it, and I can appreciate that. I don't know your full story, but like I have another friend who clearly has, you know, a lot of these same issues, but like for some reason is like still stuck on the idea of like, oh, I don't want to lean on medicine as a crutch. I need to just like man up and power through this and all of this. And like, it's like all of those other like culturalized things are still so like have been driven into them so hard that it's just like, oh, this would help you, but we need to like, you need, your mindset has to like open up and go through some changes before you can accept that help. And it hurts to watch, and it's a bummer, and I try to help, but it's also, you know, it's the same thing. Like, it's like, oh, you don't want to be too pushy because then you actually drive them away. And it's just like, yeah, but I want to help, and I know how to fix this. And it's rough, but hey, if I'm doing better and I can do more things, then I can do more things and I can help more people. And that's, taking care of people is definitely one of the ways I express my love and care for people that I care about. And it sucks because it kind of leads to more fights, because like I'm now more aggressive and assertive in these things, but like I feel less regretful about all of it at the end of the day. And for me, that's better, that's healthier. And now I can deal with the fights, and you know what, they're usually fine in the end. Like, now that I'm not afraid to have them and they don't make me emotionally shut down for 3 days at a time. I remember, this is okay, I guess, hey, if nobody else minds, I'm gonna stay in therapy story time for a little bit. The story that I keep like, or that I kept telling in therapy for a while, was about, I must have been, I like the way that so we have these, just side note, we have these helicopter blade pieces here, at least that's what they are to my mind, but I think we're going to be using them as the knee joints, so the knees have like a permanent little bend to them, and I dig that. I think it's going to work out because it's going to have hip and ankle joints, but I really like, and using these these angle pieces to sort of match that angle. I like that. I like the way that math works out. The story that I always think of and makes me think like, oh, I have been like this for a very, very long time, is when I was young, still living in the city, so I had to be less than 10 years old. And we went to the theater because we would do that now and again because I was homeschooled, and that's how you learn about culture, is by going to the theater. Sure. And it was, we were like waiting for the show to start, and I was tired because I've always been tired. I had the shirt for my credentials. And I was just like, all right, while we're waiting for the show to start, I'm just gonna pop squat over here. And I sat like, it was like two sets of doors at the top of a 3-step staircase, and there was a handrail in between, and the steps continued under the handrail. So I was like, oh, here's an out of the way spot for me to sit. I can sit under the handrail in between the doors. There's a handrail here, so it's not like I'm blocking a walkway. And I was just like, yes, I am the smartest child in the world. I have figured out this great solution. And one of the youngsters came over and was like, hey, you can't sit there. You're sitting on the steps. You're, it's a fire hazard. Sorry, you can't. And didn't yell, didn't say anything aggressive, didn't make a scene, but just kind of came over and told me hey, sorry, but you can't do that. Which then immediately to my mind was, hey, this first of all, you're doing something wrong. Second of all, the solution you came up with was also wrong. And you were just wrong, and you've done a thing that proves that you were wrong, and you have to stop it, and you must do something else now. This is the gentlest chastisement. That wasn't even, it was more of a informative than actual chastisement. But me, being, not even just being a child, just being the person that I am, I shut down emotionally, and I was crying, not outwardly, but when I was oh, I'm crying on the inside. I've done the worst thing in the world. I am so wrong. If I'm wrong at this, I'm wrong with everything. And I couldn't take it. And that, and then that feeling, that just horrible pit of the stomach, feeling, crying and burning feeling inside your gut. I had that for probably a week before I was able to do things again. So, and again, this is me under 10, probably under 8. I was old enough that to have memories that stick, but it's just oh, okay. And so looking back, I'm oh, I've had this problem for a long, long time. When you're that young, it kind of has to be a chemical issue, because not really enough has happened in your life to what do you call it? Not enough has happened in your life to really have naturalized? That's not the word I'm looking for. But to be nurtured into you, things like that. And yeah, maybe you can, kids pick up on things quick, but if you do, it's at that level of oh, this is now a core belief that you have, and it's not something that is going to go away by reading a self-help book. This is something that is part of your fundamental experience of observing the world around you. It's just yeah, it's one of the hard ones to work with. Look at how, I just want to say, these feel really dense and really solid, because every pip of these helicopter blades are sunk in. This one feels really, really good. I love how those angles match. That looks really good with the squares on the, this is very bland paneling on the outside of this. We could have done oh, we used some, didn't we? Here, pieces like this, the sort of rounded panels, we could have done something with pieces like this and pieces that stick out, and that we could have done a lot more to decorate this, but this is very solid. That's an optional thing we could do later, I guess, when I'm making this a custom build. I love Legos because they are like literally designed to be modular for, you know, kit bashing. All right, that's a thick boy. He's got such short legs. Well, maybe the feet are going to be tall. I think that's all that's left. But yeah, something. Oh, I hate this. So it's pips on top and smooth on the bottom. Ooh, I hate that. I do not like that. That is unsettling. That's like you cut an orange open, but it has like apple inside. Ugh. Anyway, that's my therapy corner. But yeah, it got me into thinking like oh, like, well, I hope I'm not being the pushy friend. I hope I'm doing well enough to be like well, like I think you can get away with it by like not trying to be over personal. Like you can be friendly, but it's just like, hey, do you want to come be the only person at my sleepover birthday party? And it's just like, no, that's too pushy. But it's just like, hey, I want to say hi to you every day, but then if you have nothing to say back, that's fine. There's something in there that works out. Like, but then it also like going into that whole like desperation friend, pushy, friendly, whatever, got me thinking about you ever think about how friendships can be asymmetrical? Like when you go like, oh yeah, they're my friend, but I'm not their friend, or vice versa, and the fact that like I think most people can sort of right, but like also like I feel like everyone can sort of like understand that concept, but also has like a different definition of what that means, because it's like yeah, no, we like talk to each other every day, and it's not just because we're co-workers, but like we'll share other things, but like we're not really friends. It's just like I think that might be because I'm a dork. I've thought about this in terms of like, oh, I want to make like a I turned it into like, or like started conceiving of it as like RPG stats. Well, it's just like, okay, you don't have a character sheet, you have a stat sheet that defines the traits of a relationship between two characters, right? And it's just like, okay, well, how much are you emotionally invested in each other? How much are you am I doing this right? Yeah, I'm doing this right. And then it goes this way. Okay. Like, okay, well, what are the traits of a relationship, and can they be asymmetric, and what does that mean? Because like they're like, and the way that I've come down on it is that like, this is the bottom of the foot, not this. This is good. That's a big foot. Cool. A friendship where you support out of obligation but not necessarily request, and you don't have emotional reflection to each other, I think it's called having a pet. I think that's where I came down. I haven't thought about this stuff for, I was gonna say a couple of months, but it's actually probably more like a couple of years. Oh my god, what is time? But like, it's like a pet. You can have a pet, you can love a pet, but like, you don't necessarily get sad when your pet gets sad. And, you know, if your pet wants something or needs something, you don't always bend to their will. Well, some people do. I'm the kind of person who does, because I generally like tiny fluffy animals more than I like people. But like, you still love a pet, right? Like you still care for a pet, but their status doesn't really affect your status. If they're upset, you don't necessarily get upset. For me, at least, like, I know when I'm in a relationship, or just like when I with family members or people I really care about, it's a lot more empathic. It's just like, okay, if they get upset, then I get upset. Whether it's on their behalf, or like sort of to take their side, or just like I am upset because they are upset. Like, I don't like seeing them upset. Some form of it. But that is this thing of just like, okay, well, now there is this sort of there is this is that it? I think that's it for the feet. There is this emotional resonance going. I kind of have that with pets because I'm neurodivergent enough that I walk in a room and I go, oh, the cat is upset because of such and such, because I pay that close attention. Like this one. Go ahead, walk on the desk, see what happens. Goodbye. See, like, I can tell that she doesn't necessarily like when I pick her up like that. But you notice she stopped and sniffed and decided she had no interest in this. And she came right back, and she's letting me pet her, and she's not necessarily upset about it. And the tail is switching, but it's upright. So I can tell she's like, you're a nuisance, but I do like you. And just the fact that she's hanging out near me and is now settled a couple of feet away says like, I don't necessarily want to play with you right now, but I trust you, I like you, I'll hang out with you. We're part of this sort of familial group. That's me, that I read all of that in the matter of 15 seconds or however long this cat was up on my lap, forgot this piece. So I definitely have this sort of, I don't like this, I don't know if I put it in backwards, if it was possible for me to put it backwards, but the fact that, no, because it's up here too, I don't like that the joints are asymmetric. I do not like that. Ooh, Sam, I do not like that. But like, so I definitely, I care a lot about my pets, and I'm good at reading the emotions of, well, better than most. I'm more tuned into reading emotions that are non-verbal, non-explicitly stated. So I feel I had that sort of emotion. I don't like this. This doesn't stand very easily either. I like the bend in the legs, but I don't know. Okay. Like, it stands okay when the legs are perfectly aligned, but if you want to give it any sort of like spread stance flair, it kind of ain't great. Well, I have one more piece left to build. Let's see what this is going to be. Oh, this cat loves cookies. This cat loves cookies. She absolutely loves cookies. But she'll come. I can tell when she wants attention because she wants food, because she's bored. When she wants attention because she wants a warm lap because she's cold. And when she wants attention because it's time to play. Which, looking at it, might be time to play soon. Is that what's going on? Is that why you're looking for trouble? Did you drag that all the way from my room down here? Or did I drag that down here? Anyway, so like I look at a cat or a pet and I go like, okay, I'm getting a lot of, where was I going with all of this? Oh, right, friendship kind of thing. So like I have like emotional resonance with pets, and so that's why I'm very much like, oh yeah, no, pets are family members. Pets you can have like a relationship with, and they're not just a fashion accessory, I have no idea where I put my piece remover. Well, makeshift. And the thing is, like, with people who actually like have like elevated cognizance and dreams and wants and stuff like that. It's just like, oh, okay. I don't know how to interact with them. Like this is how I am with pets, with actual pets, is I treat them like family members. So then when we get into like actual people, I don't know how you treat a person kind of like a pet. Like mechanically, I get it. I see it on paper, but like that is just not how I work. My brain can't do that. My brain is just like, oh, you're like a person. You can have feelings, and that would be nice. You would enjoy things, I bet, or something like that. Okay, now we build the same thing but upside down with the green eye. Okay, interesting. And it's just like, so the thought that like, okay, some people are out here treating people like pets, and I'm just like, oh, that's like, maybe I'm super sensitive to it, but you might be like a low-key sociopath, maybe, you know? Okay, so this, I guess, is meant to be the pilot, because he goes right in there, and then that's what he looks like. And I guess when you engage angry mode, you flip him, and then he has the red eye. And where will the red eye turn? That does fit in there super perfectly. I kind of like that. I kind of like that this is just a dude, this like Super Mario World spring looking dude is a dude, but also it looks like a minifig. I think she doesn't quite fit because the ponytail doesn't let her head go all the way back. And that seems to be the height there is what's touching the edge of it. If this was like well, let's see, who do I got here? Let's see. I've got a box here. That is a business card for Bacon Switch. This is blue tacky stuff. That is an empty plastic baggie. And then here are a bunch of dudes. Here, let's say this guy. Let's say this Sunglass Stormtroopers, because that's not the right helmet for him. Yeah, I don't know. I just know that like I have 2 levels of like association with people. Yeah, you see, that closes all the way. That's what we want to be seeing. That fits super nice. Yeah. Oh, that guy looks scary in there. I gotta work on building cockpits like this. Let's see here. Looking at this, I do like how chunky it is. I don't like how much wider the arms are up here. Like the fact that they sort of angle out well. You would think that they don't fit that well here. I like that they use these clips to like cover the joints, but it doesn't cover them nearly well enough from the front. I think from like an angle this is kind of cool, but I think from the front it's really ugly. There are pieces that I like about it. I like the flashlights on it. I really like this backpack once I realized what I was building. I love these jets on it. I love the way this looks, even though I'm not big into melee weapons on my mechs. I take that back, unless it's a pike buster, where it is just a big piston spike, and you punch a dude and stab him at the same time. I do love that. I'm a fan of that. How about I lay it down for you? And then, of course, we have our little rocks for mining, and our little... Oh, did you all come in too late to see little Munchy Dude? I love this little Munchy Dude. Basically Big O, but poingy instead of just fists. Yeah. I don't know. Relationships are... I only have 2 modes. Either I don't know you, I don't talk to you, I completely, like, you know, don't accept you into my life, or I fall in love with you and you're my best friend. And I've always had this issue where it's like, okay, I can't interact with somebody because once I do, I let them in, and get kind of overly sherry and vulnerable and best friends with them. So I guess the end point of this is like on the meds, and now that I am more like less afraid to engage with people, I am learning that I need to build this like mid zone of relationship where it's just like, hey, we can be friends, and we don't have to be best friends, but I don't have to, you know, disengage with you completely. And I'm still working on that. I'm not great at it. Yeah, you know what? I'm not upset with this robot. I'm upset with a couple of pieces of this robot, like the two thumbs. Oh, do I? No, I buried it somewhere. No, I buried it right here. All right, here's the fish tank. And if we look, oh boy, that's a hot dog guy. That's a base plate. Here's a bunch of my base plates. This piece. These are some Doc Ock Spider-Man arms. But oh hey. Here's Spider-Man. This, very specifically, I got Legos all over this house. I really like this. Shoot, a piece is missing. Dang it, a piece is missing. Oh, there's a parts remover right there, right on. There it is. There it is. Yeah. So, can you tell what this is yet? If not, I'll give you a hint. I built it in a snap. Chef hat on Spider-Man. Yep, Spider-Man stole my pizza. He shot web. There we go. Excellent. Here, you two be best friends. Defend the rock. So this is the gauntlet hand from a Thanos mech. So you built the hand, and I actually really love this. It uses this weird piece, which I'm not a big fan of, but each finger has like 2 knuckles on it, and it did this weird thing where it here, can I pop it here? It's not symmetrical, so it did this weird thing where it uses this weird 2 hook system to give 4 fingers and the 1 thumb sticking off the side, as opposed to what we just did on this one, where we did it like fully symmetrical, and so we end up having this 2 thumb situation. It is some of the same pieces too, but I really like this one because it has done this where it created this asymmetric, you know, only left hand, and it's got the fingers, and yeah, I love that it has all the colored jewels because time stones or whatever. And while I'm here, like I left this hand intact because I liked it. This is gonna go poorly. Break that open. Actually, if I just put this here, I can put this here this way, and I'm so lucky that it is still the left hand. There we go. There we go. Give me 5, big guy. Good. I'm glad I finally put this bit. All right, I like this mech a lot better now that it's got this. Also, it's like, since it's really flexible, you can make really good grabby motions. Oh, I love that. I love that a lot, actually. Oh, okay. And also just now the 1 gold hand on the otherwise white mech. I gotta do something about this arm, because like I guess he needs like a normal hand now, right? Not really. What if this was like a laser? Oh, but it's a buzzsaw. I would love this more if the buzzsaw was like mounted to the forearm of a regular hand, and like, oh, if it could like shoot forward into like use position, and when it wasn't, it slid back and it was like a buzzsaw buckler, which is the name of my new local garage band that I need to go start in the next 30 seconds before the stream lag catches up. Good, now I have all these pieces, just spare. Cool, oh, that's cool. All right, I feel a lot better about this build now. Oh. What am I doing here? Right, so like I was saying, I assume the reason this backpack has the studs in it is so that way you can mine and then carry the rocks that way. There. Just... Hey, Spider-Man cooked my pizza. There you go. Okay, now we finish the build. All right. Yeah. Now it's good. Now it's perfect. This is what it needed to be. Okay, that's probably enough. Well, I mean, so a buzzsaw is a tool first and a weapon second, right? Technically, it's an improvised weapon, so that means you, like, attack with disadvantage? Does that make sense? Does that sound right? And then you send Spider-Man. Well, you know. The far-off planet of Queens. I just said that this robot was on a planet. I didn't say it was on a different planet. Alright, I'm gonna call it quits because I'm getting goofy and I spent this whole stream just basically sharing everything that happened at my therapy session yesterday. And that's weird, so I should maybe continue to call it a night and take a break and take it easy. I finished Halo Reach last night at 3 a.m. by accident, so today I have to go and keep playing Halo 1, which, man, I'm gonna have some opinions on that game when I'm done with it. I already had opinions on that, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it. So let me just say, hey y'all, thanks for hanging out with me while we do a Lego build. I have currently, the next time we do a build stream, I have a branded Audi rally car to work on, and I'm actually, yes, speed. I am super looking forward to getting this one because, like, just look at all of the detail on this nose. I am so psyched. I love everything about, like, the design style of this. I like this model of rally car in the first place. I'm just super psyched to work on this one. But if I'm being honest, I put in an order yesterday. I have no idea when it's going to ship out, but if it gets here within 2 weeks, I might have to mix things up for the next build stream. Don't say anything too loudly. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's going to do it. Once again, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for showing up. Thank you when you did. Thank you for anyone who was just hanging out in the chat. I hope you didn't mind me just ranting the whole time. This has been lovely for me. I hope it was lovely for you. Have a wonderful night, wonderful weekend. I'll see you on Wednesday, unless something else happens. Shh, secret. I still gotta run tech tests. I really don't know when that's gonna happen. Whatever it is, wink. I don't know how to do that. I don't know subtlety. Help. But yeah, everybody have a good night, and until I see you again, take care of one another. Click.